Get to the weekend, it looks like he's wrestling with a rattlesnake.
I think everyone's rooting for him, like everyone wants him to win.
Hi guys, and welcome to the GolfMagic chat show. We're going to talk the 3M Open, whether Tony Finau will ever win again, and get the tips for the WGC. So let's get into it. All right, so Michael Thompson picking up a win in the 3M Open. Talk about it. How did he do it?
Yeah, very unexpected victory, I think it's fair to say. It's just his second PGA Tour title, coming 7 years after his first at the 2013 Honda Classic. As I say, he's well down the world rankings. Didn't expect him to win. He took a share of the lead after 36 holes and duly held on. Fair play to him. He would have been feeling very nervous with all the perks that come with a victory like that. He's now in all the majors. He's into the world's top 100. He's now a lock for the FedEx Cup playoffs. He's now got job security for another 2 years. And for someone like him, it's massive. He hit what I consider to be one of the shots of the season. I don't know about you, Jack, but that shot on 16 from the bunker.
Oh, the bunker shot. Yeah, incredible.
I mean, in a tie for the lead at the time, the shot from 40 yards is hard enough as it is with water behind the pin. He blades that, it's game over. Splashed it out, took it straight over the ridge, next to the pin, tapped it home from 2 feet to take the lead. Went on to par the tricky par 3 17th, and then laid up at the par 5 last, knocked it to 15 foot and hold it for a two-stroke win. But that shot on 16, I think that will go down as one of the shots of the year, won't it?
Definitely, yeah. Like I said, the pressure to have the water behind you and knowing how important that shot was. And for someone who's not a serial winner, that's a huge moment. It's a shot that we expect the world's top 10 to be pulling out the bag. But like I said, someone so low down in the rankings who wasn't expected to win, pressure on. He looked like he was someone who's been winning week in, week out with that shot. It's absolutely incredible, and interesting to see what it does for his confidence. He sounded really confident after that victory. He said that it's that win sort of validated the first one, and that now his fellow tour professional should know that he's someone that who can win and can perform. So sometimes you get these. I think he's 35 now, so it's not too late for him to find a few more wins, and especially the US Open coming up as well. He said that Winged Foot is one of his favourite venues, so I'm interested to see how he does there and how this win can boost his confidence.
Obviously, Thompson won it, but we kind of got to talk about Tony Finau struggling to get the job done again.
Mm-hmm. It's becoming a little hard to watch him on the weekends now. He's playing fantastic golf, but he's just not closing the door. I think that's now 30 top 10 finishes since the 2016-17 season, and that's going back to when he won his sole tournament, which was the 2016 Puerto Rico Open, which, let's face it, isn't the most prestigious tournament out there. He's incredible talent. He's playing arguably some of the best golf of any of the top players right now. He's world number 17. He's got Ryder Cup pedigree. He's got a free-flowing golf swing. Off the tee, he's hitting it as far as Bryson. His club head numbers and his ball speed numbers are up there with Bryson. And he's a fairly solid iron player, let's be honest. But his main issues, and it's no secret, are on the greens, particularly on the weekends. Using that claw grip, and it's an ugly looking stroke at the best of times. Obviously helps prevent the yips and stuff. You can see why the likes of Rose and Fleetwood and Simpson have gone to that stroke. He putts okay on Thursday, Friday, but get to the weekend, it looks like he's wrestling with a rattlesnake, on a Sunday. That putt, I think, on 13, 3 foot for par. He was aiming. It was a dead straight putt. He was aiming a cup left. It didn't even hit the cup. It looked like a putt that an 18 handicapper would hit. In all honesty, and just not good enough really to putt like that for a top player. What do you think, Jack?
No, you're right. I mean, like I said, there are people that switch to the claw grip. It is generally to stop yourself getting the yips, and it's never nice to watch someone do it for too long. I always like to see someone, maybe do it for a little while, get out of the habit, and then go back to a nice solid grip. Like I said, it's tough to watch. I mean, Tony Finau, there's no hiding it. He's one of the most liked players on the PGA Tour. Everyone speaks so highly of him. I think everyone's rooting for him. Everyone wants him to win. And I think if you'd offered, like I said, Danny, that stat about finishing the top 10 that many times, if you'd offered someone else that statistic, someone nowhere near as good as, for example, Michael Thompson, let's forget the win last week. After that win, the Honda Classic in 2013, if you said, right, you're not going to win again. You're going to get 30 odd top tens. He would bite your hand off for it. There are players that would like that career and finish because it's consistent money, you're consistently up there. But someone that like Tony Finau should be winning, and he can win. But like, it's worrying. If he doesn't get one soon, you think, is it going to become a mental block? Is he just going to keep failing on the Sunday? So I hope he gets the win. I know you do too. He's a really nice guy, but you've got to be harsh with him. You're right. It's not good enough, some of these performances on the final day.
He's just, as I say, he's just making a habit of this, and this is going back since his last win, but particularly this season. You think the Phoenix Open earlier in the year, was he 3 shots ahead with 3 holes to play? I think, okay, Webb Simpson finished well to win that in a playoff, but he let the door open there. He could have closed it, seen that one out. Was it 2 weeks ago? Memorial had the lead going into the weekend, shot 73, 78. Okay, a difficult Muirfield Village. It was like a major test really, and it was challenging for every player. And a tie for 8th there is a respectable finish, but again, a huge opportunity let slip there. And obviously 3M Open. With all due respect to that field on Sunday, Michael Thompson, Richie Rowensky, never won before. Fringe PGA Tour players, Cameron Tringale, Max Homer. And out of form Charles Schwartzel. Tony Finau should be seeing them off. And okay, he shot 68, and it was an okay round. It wasn't a complete collapse, but it was an absolute birdie fest out there, and he had so many opportunities from inside 10 to 15 feet, and couldn't take them. And an interesting stat here, really, just sort of on that top 10 thing. I think this sort of explains it, that his scoring average the last 3 years on the PGA Tour for a Thursday and Friday is just over 68. His scoring average the last 3 years on the PGA Tour, Saturday and Sunday, is just over 71.
Wow,
There's a 3-shot difference there, and I think that says everything.
Like I said as well, with the field, like I said, Andy, I think I checked after the second round. I think when he was tied for the lead, he was, I think the bookies had him at 5-2. That's how short he was to win that tournament. I think second favourite was Matthew Wolff, who was obviously defending champ. I think he was, 3 or 4 shots off the lead. So that said, it just goes to show that gap between Wolff and Finau. The players in there, they shouldn't have been a worry for him. Of course, you can't stop someone having a really good weekend, but that should have been a click for him. He wasn't looking over his shoulder and seeing Dustin Johnson and Justin Thomas. He was seeing people like Michael. No disrespect, people like Michael Thompson, and he should be licking his lips there, thinking, right, this is where I can come to life now and go win this tournament. But just seems to be a mental block at the moment.
But on the positive side, he is playing well, tee to green. Clearly playing some of the best golf, and it's a great time to be playing well right now with the majors coming up. But you just feel that if he can't close the door on an event like this, really, what chance is he going to have in a major? I'd love to see him win a big tournament, because I think when that happens, it could open the floodgates to multiple wins and future major wins. I think everyone knows his potential. You almost just hope someone kind of lets him in one day and just someone stumbles and he can take advantage and what that will do for his confidence. But yeah.
You should look at this week, I think, as well. There's another good chance. I think TPC Southland's a course that sets up quite well for Finau. So I think he's just got, it's hard to say and actually do, but he's got to just forget what's happening lately and just try and use, like I said, he is playing well, try and use his confidence, use his performances and go and attack TPC Southland this week and get that win.
Yeah, he had his coach on the bag last week, sort of brought him in just for one week. I think he's got his brother on the bag for this week and possibly next week as well. I think he's trying to find a long-term solution. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes as well.
All right, coming in, that's enough of last week. Let's look ahead to next week. WGC, who have you got, Andy?
Okay, well, it's a very strong field, as you'd expect for a WGC, the week before the PGA as well. It's hard to get away from Jon Rahm, given the way he won the Memorial with a 2-stroke penalty to still win, obviously now top of the world rankings. But I think it's about time Rory McIlroy won a tournament. We're going back to November now for his last win. Okay, we had lockdown in the way. He's not been in the best of form, let's be honest, since golf's return. There have been signs, but nothing spectacular. But I just think last week off, I think he would have shook a little bit of the rust off that he's had. Hopefully he's been working hard on the putting stroke. But he returns to a course this week where he finished tied 4th last year, 12-1. I'm hoping he can put in a good performance this week. And my second pick, shock horror, is Mr. Webb Simpson, 22-1. I think it stands out at the prices, given the way he's playing at the minute. He comes into this event with 7 top 10s in his last 10 starts, 2 of which were victories. And he also finished runner-up in this tournament to Brooks Koepka 12 months ago. So bringing good form and loves the course. So Rory and Webb for me. Jack, what about you?
A lot as Andy. Throw a few stats at you lot first. So in the past 9 years at TPC Southwind, only one winner has finished worse than 16th for the week in strokes gained off the tee. So this is the long course, and it shows that being a big hitter will help you this week. And also for strokes gained approaches, no winner has finished outside the top 20 the year they won. So my first pick, I'm going to go stats related, and I'm going to go Victor Hovland at 28-1. He's 8th in strokes gained off the tee and tied 8th in strokes gained approaches. A poor performance in his last outing at Memorial Tournament, but I think we can forgive him for that. You know, even with that in mind, he's still been probably the most informed player on the PGA Tour since Golf Restart, and I think TPC Southwind's set up perfectly for him. So I think Hovland at 28-1 is a good price for the win. My second pick, not so much as a stats pick as Hovland, but I'm going for Daniel Berger, also 28-1. 41st in both strokes gained off the tee and approach. So not too bad, but obviously not in the top 10 for that. But Berger absolutely loves this course. He's a back-to-back winner here in 2016 and 2017 when this was the St Jude Classic. And obviously he got his win at the Charles Schwab Challenge. So he's now going to have that confidence to arrive at this course, licking his lips, knowing, you know, I can win here. I think 28-1, they've got a lot of value, even in each rate pick. Someone that's won it back-to-back for a top 10 finish at 28-1 is a really good price.
Nice, like it, mate.
Great. And can we actually get a winner this week?
We can try.
We're trying desperately.